let's do it.
It's easy to sum it up. We're talking about practice.
Because it's about as casual as it gets. What's the problem now?
That's a clown question, bro.
I think we ought to send a beating at least.
World champions!
Start playing with some jam in here. Let's go.
Philadelphia, looking as only you can look. Woo!
Here we go, here we go.
I would have guaranteed that AJ would be the one that wants to dump it on Sirianni.
Let's see.
And Devontae, and sneak your way.
Uh-oh. Good move there.
Oh.
Great maneuver.
A little okey doke. Oh!
The best shower Nick Sirianni will ever have.
Welcome to the Philly podcast. This week, the boys tackle the Falcons' 2025 schedule with our special guest from another nest, Steve from Toe2Toe Sports. We're going downfield and throwing daggers for the latest camp chatter. Here's your host, Chris.
And thank you for that lovely introduction. I am Chris with CEV, Philly podcast. My co-host Eric may be on later. He's dealing with some dog issues. I'm here to welcome Steve from Toe2Toe Sports, who is a 4-for-4, because I guess the Georgia Bulldogs would be 4-for-4 sports fan for the Atlanta area. You don't find many 4-for-4s of many teams, but Steve is a loyal 4-for-4 guy. So we're here to talk about, his schedule for his Atlanta Falcons, what he expects out of Michael Penix Jr., what is going to happen with Kyle Pitts, and the pressing national question surrounding Jalen Hurts. Steve-O, welcome to the show.
Oh, man, I appreciate you guys, man. Thank y'all. Can you hear me? Yeah, thank you guys for having me, man. I appreciate you guys having me on. And, man, let's talk about these Falcons and birds. Let's talk about the birds. You know what I mean? Since we are a team of birds over here, man, secretly, man, I keep up with Philly. Everybody knows my wife is a diehard Philly fan. Her father, who we up here now, is a diehard Philly fan, man. So Philly like my second team. Plus, y'all got all my Georgia Bulldogs on your team as well. So I can't hate Philly, man.
We were talking about that. We were talking about that backstage, Steve. We weren't sure if we can count. Are there more Bulldogs or more Falcons that come through the NovaCare Center in the last decade? It might be probably more Atlanta Falcons, right?
You might be right, man. I think so, but I don't know, man. Y'all get all the Bulldogs, and not only do you get the Bulldogs, you get the good ones. You know what I mean? You get the ones that fit exactly what you need. Wingo, right. I think Wingo, the jury's still out on him, but I think he'd be pretty good. I think Ringo just got to find his net. I think he's more safety than cornerback, but that's just me.
Yeah, and it's funny because, like you said, the Georgia Bulldogs, they had the Philadelphia Dogs, is what they called on Twitter. But they're in your backyard. I don't if you go back years ago and you go back, and I'm talking the year Mike Trout got drafted, he was in our backyard. I don't know why he wasn't drafted. And it just didn't make us. It just didn't make any sense why he wasn't drafted by the Phillies. He was literally right there. And then you turn around and years later, you're seeing the Georgia, who's had some pretty dominant teams in the NCAA, a couple national championships. Did you guys? I could be wrong. Did you lose to Alabama on Devontae Smith's overtime catch? Was that?
Yeah. That was probably one of the toughest plays in football history for me. Because it just the play before that, you sack them, you think you good. We just sacked Tua, we good to go. It's a 4th down, last play of the game. We stop them here, we get the ball back, and then they throw a damn touchdown, like an impossible touchdown. Like you're never supposed to be able to make that play, but the safety's cheating in the middle. And right over the top, Devontae Smith. And you know what's crazy? He was committed to Georgia until a month before signing day. He's flipped to Alabama.
That's
Devontae
crazy.
Smith. He
And
was
think about
committed
it.
to Georgia and Kirby.
And in the introduction, I don't know if you caught our producer say the dagger.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, he caught that. Did you guys see the power rankings for SEC? Like, I don't understand. Like, the Bulldogs are obviously should be a top 5 team. I think they came in at 2 behind. Was it behind Texas? Did they come behind Texas? Okay.
Yeah. Everybody in love with Archie Manning. They already have him as the number 1 draft pick in next year's draft, pretty much. Even though we beat Texas last year with our backup quarterback, I don't know, man. I'm just not sold on Texas as much. I think it kind of have the new kid on the block type effect. Everybody wants the new things. Everybody wants new shiny toys. I think Texas is just a new flavor right now. Alabama, people got tired of Alabama. People got tired of Georgia. Now you got Ohio State that won last year, but we don't know what Ohio State's gonna look like. So Texas is the new favorite, I guess. Texas is the new team everybody's in love with, and it's because of Archie Manning, man. He's a good quarterback, but he's unproven. He hasn't thrown 10 passes, I think, against SEC teams yet. So to just automatically give him the reins or automatically make him Player of the Year or Heisman favorite is kind of weird, but. I mean, I get it. I understand. You want a quarterback to win that award. You want the quarterback to be the poster child for the NCAA. And if everything's right in the world, Archie goes to the New York Giants as the number 1 overall pick, right? In the perfect world, I guess that's what they would want.
Wait, are you telling me the Giants did not pick the quarterback of the future in this draft?
Ooh, do y'all think Dart is that guy?
Jackson Dart is one of those dudes where, like, look, I think he really technically was only going to have a year to prove that he's the future, which is kind of crazy how high he went.
Yeah, I think that when everybody saw the Giants jump back into that first round, we knew it was going to be a quarterback. Did we think it would be Jackson Dart, though? No. Could you probably have stayed pat and picked Dart? Probably, but, you never know. Nobody thought we would be right when we picked Michael Penix last year, and just think where we would be without Michael Penix this year. So if you feel like you can get your quarterback and he's your guy, go get him. I see enough of Jackson Dart compared to the rest of the quarterbacks to say, yeah, he's the second best quarterback behind Cam Ward. Nah, probably. That's just me. I didn't see it.
Is he 4 quarterbacks ahead of Shedeur Sanders?
No. That's what I'm saying. Like this. The way the scouts kind of came up with this draft and the way this draft laid out, when we look back on this draft and say the Cleveland Browns were the smartest team in this draft because they drafted at least 2 quarterbacks to take a chance on, or will we look back and say that the New York Giants knew more than everybody else and they were smart by jumping up and taking Jackson Dart? I mean, time will tell, man, but I don't know. I look at Jackson Dart and I kind of look at what he has around him with Napers and that being it. And then I look at Shedeur and I look at Cam Ward, just all the rookie quarterbacks. Who has the best supporting cast?
Jalen Hurts.
Just from the rookie quarterback.
Okay. I'm sorry. I thought we were being.
I mean, you got AJ Brown, Slim Reaper. You got Saquon Barkley. You got Gardner at tight end. I mean, I can't think of another team with that kind of skill set.
Let's push that low-hanging fruit out of the way. We might as well. We'll save the main course for the end. Let's go with like the appetizer. Here's your appetizer question for the Eagles. Will the 2024 Eagles go down as a historical team? Meaning, The well, let's go. What are your 2000 Ravens, right?
Yeah.
So Baltimore, right? Like I'm just saying, like if there's like will they go down as an iconic team to you into some degree? Will the 2024 Eagles be remembered in history as, oh damn, that was them?
I think they'll definitely remember the ass whooping that the Eagles gave out on Super Bowl Sunday. I think that would be now. I think the Eagles will be remembered for that ass whooping they gave out, especially if this starts the trend of Patrick Mahomes not being able to get back to it being what he was, what we thought he was. If there's some type of exposure that the Eagles have done with Pat Mahomes and the Chiefs, I think it'll go back and you'll look at that team as one of the greats. I think that as of right now, if you look at all the teams in Philadelphia history, that team better than your Super Bowl team with Nick Foles?
Yeah.
It's the best team Philadelphia has put on the field probably ever.
I see. Here's what I think, and it just goes back to, the media, the national media, all that. Like they just don't like the Philadelphia Eagles. I just need them to come out and say that they don't like the Philadelphia Eagles. They don't like Jalen Hurts. The narrative got changed when Jalen Hurts won the Super Bowl and the Super Bowl MVP. I think people need to go back and look at the Eagles season of 2024, and they beat the hell out of teams with the exception of like 4 games this year. One was against your Falcons with the drop, but they beat the hell out of teams.
Correct.
They beat the hell out of Joe Burrow. It was all they beat the hell out of the Redskins on Thursday Night Football. They beat the hell out of Dallas Cowboys twice. They beat the hell out of the Redskins. I'm calling them the Redskins. The Redskins in the NFC Championship game. They were beating the hell out of the Rams until it started snowing. And because people sit there and say, "Oh, the Eagles only won because of the snow." No, because if you know football, you go back and you watch Matthew Stafford. He got better as the snow kept hitting the ground. They were manhandling teams up and down. Like I said, with the exception of 3 to 4 games. And like you said, if they didn't absolutely manhandle the Kansas City Chiefs, they wouldn't go down as a top team. But in my opinion, they're a top 5 team of all time. I always put whatever year the Redskins won, they had a great defense. Like they just destroyed everybody. Obviously, the Ravens of 2000, the greatest show on turf.
I was gonna say that the greatest.
But they were the Eagles were a quiet, dominant team, and it's just a matter of the national media does not perceive Jalen Hurts as elite. You got idiots on Fox News saying they would take Justin Herbert over Jalen Hurts. I don't get it. Like, I don't know what elite means anymore. I really don't. I've thrown in the towel. Like. It's not even like it's Justin Herbert threw 4 interceptions in a playoff game, and you got analysts saying, "Yeah, I would still take him over Jalen Hurts," who didn't have 4 turnovers all postseason.
It's flavor of the week, man. You know how it is. It's flavor of the week, and then too, I think a lot of people may not like the way that the Eagles win. Like, come on, man, you're trying to ban the tush push. Like that should tell you automatically right there, kind of how the league perceives the Eagles. Because there's nothing really truly illegal about the play. Like, let's just be real.
It's fear, right? It's fear of not knowing. And okay, let's say they took it out. Do you really think Jalen doesn't have enough? The man bench.
It's a yard.
I mean, he got Saquon Barkley to hand the ball off to. Shit,
Right.
I mean,
quad squad. You have any dude there on the quad squad to get the job done. I mean, if it was really okay. If it was really dangerous, and if there was validity to the dangerous part, which they scrapped that in the final language. And if you look at the final language, it was a mockery because it would ban so many other plays that we've seen over the years.
So a couple months ago, we had a guest on the show. We were promoting his book. It is No One Likes Us, But We Do Care, from Sean Selby. He's from Corner Sports, so Corner Pub Sports. Your wife would like it. It's an easy read. I read it, and as my producer
did you backhand call his wife dumb? Don't you dare! That's Steve-O. Don't
That's
call his
tough.
wife dumb. Why would
Say,
you tell
she-
her it's an easy? It's a
She'll,
It's an easy
She'll
read
let-
for me.
okay.
she'll
Well,
left
there
hand
you
you
go.
herself, my boy. I ain't got
I apologize, Mrs. Steve-O.
Mrs. Steve-O got a doctorate. You better watch your mouth.
Hey, man.
So when we were talking, I'm like, all right, if they ban the tush push, you know what I want to see one time? I want to see Jordan Mailata line up in the backfield because you, as a 6'1", 197-pound cornerback, you have to make a business decision. Are you going to try and tackle Jordan Mailata?
Hell
Sorry about that. Did I run over your face, mate?
no. Hell no.
Like,
I think that these guys, man. Again, who started it? Was it Green Bay? And
yeah. If I'm the Eagles, I'm running the tush push like 9 straight plays. And they're going to average like 3 or 4 yards a carry, just because I would just do it out of spite. That's just
Chef's
me.
kiss would to be not even to run it once.
first play of the game, just run tush push just because. Oh man, that's tough.
From the 25.
Like, son of a bitch.
Your own 25.
Yeah, so obviously, the last time we had Steve-O on was our big draft show, which again, thanks for coming on. That was a blast. I it's like one of the few things that we actually for 4 hours.
We did it right.
We did it right. We got we let everyone else do their thing and debate it, and it was great for us because we're just sitting in the back, and I'm like, cool. I actually had to be quiet for once. My producer and my co-host Eric were happy.
Loved it, Steve-O. You have no idea. Loved it so much.
Boy, crazy.
Oh man, it was.
Hey, no, I agree, man. I enjoyed it. Looking back on the drafts, though, man. Campbell, what do you guys think so far? No OTAs have happened. They had a few mini camps. How has Campbell worked out for you guys, the linebacker from Bama?
I haven't really heard.
So yeah, here's what I've heard. It's not an injury you're going to notice in OTAs.
Okay.
Right? It's nothing that's holding him back. He'll be out there. He looks fine. It's just not gonna. It's gonna be something that will nag him in the season.
Okay.
If the surgery wasn't fully successful on heel, it appears that it is, and so, look, he didn't go to. I don't even think he was at an injury combine. I think he was at the full combine, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, like so maybe he had to go back to the injury combine for like 1 or 2 events, but at that point, people they may have seen enough. Now they saw enough to let him slide that far.
Crazy.
So
crazy.
Is that like how does that happen to like Howie Roseman? And I think we kind of brushed up on it. We even were all incredulous the night of. But can you describe how does that happen to Howie Roseman twice, where he just the God's grace on him, and he's got a Cooper DeJean and a Jihad Campbell now?
Yeah, you mix that with the Jordan Davises of the world, Nolan Smiths of the world, Jalen Carters of the world. Yep. Don't forget about the linebacker you guys drafted from Georgia this year too, Smile Munden. Smile Munden is a thumper. You'll see him show up on special teams first, but you're going to see him show up. He's a big hitter. I'll say he's going to run down on kickoffs and light somebody's ass up. That's what Smile Munden does. And then once he gets in the game, he's going to get his chance. He's going to shine, man. So you got to have a competitive linebacker room. I know N'Kobe hurt. I'm not sure if he'll be able to stay healthy. I'm not sure. The size of pain and the physical wear it put on your body to play NFL linebacker, I don't know if he'll be able to keep that up. So.
Yeah, you have the linebacker room. It's a little thin, but it's got the opportunity to be really good. Jeremiah Trotter is having good 7-on-7 drills. Campbell's lining.
Yeah, I got Trotter Jr. Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah,
that's right.
Campbell's lining up next to him and Bond, and he's just taking everything in. So, it's good. It's good. Like it's nothing more you can ask for.
You're going to see a lot of movements in that line because of filling the need for holes, but that's how they draft. They draft guys who are multifunctional. And I don't want to say they're not like a jack of all trades they go for on a draft, but they do go for specialists. I'm in education, so it's kind of akin to like when a teacher carries more than one certification, right? You just become more valuable in position. So, you're easily able to move over to teach this next year. Well, it looks like you got yourself a job because we need that position next year. So I feel like, it's a certification kind of area when it comes down to it. And your resume is and I think that's what the Bulldogs do. So like people keep going, why do they keep going to the well in Georgia? That's getting old. Well,
Shit.
man, it's a unit, right? So like I think you need to I think you need to recognize that like these guys are really smart dudes. Like they're football players, right? Through and through.
Yeah. Yeah, and they've been battle tested. Again, you had Nolan Smith show up in that Super Bowl like he was playing in a regular game on Saturday or a regular game on Sunday. You know what I mean? When they showed him who was that, stifling the pulling guard for Kansas City, and he basically what they call shorting his neck up. Man, come on. Like that set the whole tone.
Disrespectful. Like he was
set the whole tone of the game. That set the whole tone. Like Kansas City, the offensive line quit on that play. It was like, oh, we don't want none of these boys today. So
they was moving them around like they was like their uncles, and they was like, yo, we using this table. Like we're about to play cards. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know. You take these little Matchbox cards off the table. We're about to, and a lot of, if you watch a lot of shorts, people are beautiful at editing. Have you seen a lot of the memes where the refs go over to the sideline and they're like, what do you mean the check didn't clear for the Chiefs? And they're like, what do you oh no, okay, all right. And then that's when they show the throw the call on the Chiefs going the other way, and then you all right, I guess it's gonna, boys, it was a good season. Whoever mic'd it over did a great, but do you think the refs were in the Chiefs' pockets, or do you think it was just like they were?
Hey man, I watched them cheat us. I watched them cheat the Falcons out of a win against the Chiefs on Monday night with a blown call or no call. That was awful. Same next week, very same play, same exact situation. They give them pass interference call. So I mean, I'm not gonna say that we should not have won because there was other plays that you should have made, but that was a critical play at a critical time. If we take that, if we get that touchdown or that first down from that pass interference, score a touchdown, Chiefs don't have enough time to go down. They lose that game. So I mean, the Chiefs have been blessed with a lot of calls at a lot of opportune times. I'll just say that.
You ain't wrong.
And it was, one of them was in the Super Bowl when they called that offensive pass interference on AJ Brown. If it wasn't my house, I might have broke the TV.
Yeah.
We're gonna pull up right now and have you just kind of walk us through the Falcons season.
All right, let's go into it.
Before you go, well, we're gonna get you go through all 18 here, including we'll let you go for a breath. But overall, could you give us a letter grade on what you think the season is in terms of scheduling for a fan to watch?
I mean, you guys what, 5 primetime games? We had 1 if you count the Thursday night game for a division game. If you count that one, we had 1 last year, and the season before that we had I think maybe 1 as well. So I think from a fan perspective, season perspective, I'm looking at it as being pretty excited, man. You got a West Coast trip. You get to go out to the West Coast. I'll be at the game in Arizona. I'll be at the game in San Francisco at Candlestick. So getting to go out to the West Coast is always fun.
Levi Stadium.
Yeah. Well, I don't say Candlestick. I'm sorry, my bad.
Still call it. I still call it Candlestick too because honestly, that's one of those stadiums that like I think I'll never forget as like an 8-year-old watching a earthquake during the '88 World Series, and you watch it crack, and it's like people are filing out, and you're like, oh dang, we're not gonna have a World Series tonight. Was it the '88 A's World Series?
89.
Okay.
I was born in '88, so I can't give you.
All right, bro, you don't gotta do that.
Like, well, they want to throw that out there. I'm just saying.
I was 11. 12. I was 12.
Yeah, you didn't have to do it like that, though. The way he said it was really smug and unnecessary. God damn, I got a family and children.
But no,
after this podcast,
we get Bills Mafia, man. You can't argue with that. We get to see Bills Mafia. Who else we get? Seattle. That's always an interesting game. No Geno. Now, what will Seattle look like this year? Nobody kind of knows. And we get Minnesota, the rookie. Nobody knows what J.J. McCarthy's going to be. Nobody knows what he's going to look like. So a lot of kind of game with some storylines to them. You got the Rams, of course. They're supposed to be a playoff team, so that game late. Maybe
December 29th game right there. That's the one. That's going to be your big. It's going to come down to that. That's going to be a beat 'em up if both teams are in it the way they are projected to be in it for the season.
Oh, Washington. That game versus Washington will be a big one as well. Late in the season last year, that game got flexed to a Sunday night game. Yeah. Michael Penix versus Jalen Daniels. I call him Jalen that. Yeah, Jalen Daniels was a good game. I think running that back again will be a good one. San Francisco, I'm not really sold on Purdy, and they paid him. I don't really expect much from San Francisco this year. I know Debo's gone now.
They paid everyone. The last 4 transactions on the wire have been dealt by San Francisco. They are moving and grooving right now.
I'm not good. I'm not big on San Francisco, man. I really don't think that they'll win the division. I think, honestly, Arizona may be the one who come out of the West, if you ask me. That's just my opinion. Or the Rams. Arizona or the Rams. I'm sorry. I said the Rams. I forgot about the Rams.
I think the Rams will be the ones, and obviously for good reason. All right. So this is an enjoyable watch for a Falcon. Like, you're excited by the season is what you're – okay.
Oh, yeah, yeah, right. Definitely looking forward to it.
So take us through hot Tampa, because no team is ever looking forward to playing in September with Tampa.
In that humidity. Luckily we got Tampa at home first game of the season. With Tampa, we always split. So I'm gonna give us the W on this one at the beginning of the season, and then we'll give them the W back on the December the 11th.
All right. So I'm gonna just so you know, I am taking copious notes. I'm gonna give you your WL here at the end. Just so you know, we got Dumb Gilly checking in with us on it right here. Chris, I just want you to know Chris still hates you. So he's just letting you know in the chat. Everyone hates you.
Everybody hates Chris, is what he said.
All right, so you got yourself.
Man, we'll start off with a W, man. Week 1 versus Tampa. Minnesota, this rookie quarterback. Not really too sure what you're gonna see with Minnesota, but Minnesota came to Atlanta last year with Sam Darnold, man, and put a hurting on us. So I'm gonna go L, man. I'm gonna give an L to. I'm gonna be objective and unbiased with this. So I'm gonna start with a win.
And that's why you're here. We appreciate it. There's a lot of hype running behind Minnesota too. Do you believe it?
Ooh, I gotta see the quarterback, because I didn't believe in Sam Darnold, right? The Kevin what's his name? Kevin O'Connell. Kevin O'Connell. Yep. If he can pull off this and make Sam Darnold look like Kirk Cousins, and make J.J. McCarthy look like Kirk Cousins, and make J.J. McCarthy look like Sam Darnold of last year, then I will deem that man the ultimate quarterback whisperer at head coach. And I think somebody will maybe come offer him a bigger contract out of Minnesota. Me personally, I would. If he can pull this off and really make J.J. McCarthy look like an all-star, even comparable to what Sam Darnold looked like last year, we got to call him one of the greats. But just think about this, though, man. Did you guys think that Sam Darnold was going to do what he did last year? What, they were 13-3?
No.
Stop it. It was like a mistake. Joey Flacco, like Joey Flacco's win Super Bowls too, you know?
True, but I'm just saying, did you think Kirk Cousins was going to be doing it in Minnesota the year before that?
Stop. Kirk Cousins is like, that man is like a Swiss Army knife. He just lasts.
So
he's a quarterback. Like, he is a through and through. You're not going to deny that. He will eventually hit the Hall of Fame if you look at his numbers.
Ooh.
I don't like, if you're going to deny it. I mean, the man's got hardware. He's got the records. He's got numbers on teams. I don't know what to really tell you other than the fact that Kirk Cousins is going to be in the Hall of Fame. It's not like,
I mean, when you look at the numbers and you compare them to some of the people already there, it's going to be hard to deny him. You're right.
Yeah. Like, I'm not trying to be mean about it. Like, I don't want anyone to be like, yo, what, you're talking crazy. But statistically speaking, he's a mid contender for the Hall of Fame.
If Eli goes in, he got to go in, right?
Eli's got more, right? More hardware, doesn't he?
I mean, well, true. You can't take away the 2 championships. So I guess that wasn't a good one pick. What about Phillip Rivers? Would you compare him to Phillip Rivers?
Fuzz, what do you say on that one?
Yes.
Phillip Rivers is going into the Hall of Fame.
Yep.
Okay. Without the gear.
I mean,
only because they let so many people in nowadays. Yes, but me personally, he wouldn't make it if it was my cut. That's just me because you have to set a standard.
Is the gear necessary now? Is the hardware necessary now? Like
if Matt Ryan gets in, no. If Matt Ryan gets in, it's not necessary. If Matt Ryan, I mean, if he does get in, then we would say no, it's not necessary. If he doesn't get in, I mean, because me personally, he's not a Hall of Fame quarterback to me. That's just me. But,
all right, here we go. Matt Stafford.
Yes.
Won a Super Bowl. Doesn't matter.
Super Bowl.
Yeah. And he's Super Bowl and he got an MVP, right? Or did he not get an MVP?
I'm sure he's got MVP.
Yeah, if you got MVP and the Super Bowl,
who
it's
was
gonna
Matt
be hard
Stafford's running back when he went or wide receiver when he went to the
Calvin
Matt Stafford got Matty. Hey, come on, he got it. What are we talking about? He got it. All right, take us on this journey. You got a 1-1 going into week 3.
Carolina, I don't believe in at all. I think we'll take that W.
That's correct.
Washington, we were a game away. I think that'll be a big game in Atlanta.
I'm not sold on Washington. I think Washington is a good football
One-hit
team.
wonder? You think they were one-hit wonder?
Yep.
Put like this, Dan Quinn has a hard time following success with another successful season. I've seen it personally.
I listen. I think Jaden
your
Daniels,
offensive coordinator. What was he? Your offensive?
No, he was a head coach.
He was the head coach.
He was a head coach in Atlanta.
What year?
28-3. 28-3.
Yeah, 28-3. That was him.
Oh, right.
Matter of fact, we clipped Jaw that Super Bowl, and then the next year you guys clipped us on the way to the Super Bowl. So
yeah. And listen, I'm not taking anything away from Washington. I think Jaden Daniels is a good quarterback. Now you have a full year of tape on him. Now teams are going to adjust to him. But they were 12-5. I think Washington was. I
believe so.
And they won 3 games this year with 6 seconds left in the game.
True.
Of all of them, and they were all against backup quarterbacks. So I know we can always play the what if game, but you're looking at a 9-8 team. And everyone's riding high. You're looking at a 9-8 team, and if he goes 9-8, is Jaden Daniels the rookie of the year, or is Bo Nix the rookie of the year?
Bo Nix.
Like it's and again, I'm not taking anything away from Jaden Daniels, but let's the Commanders have the 8th hardest strength of schedule.
Yeah,
their win percentage is .550.
I got a tough schedule. I got us beating Washington at the house. Honestly, I do.
And I will say this: you should, which is hold on. That's correct. They don't have depth. They're not there yet. They are putting pieces together. I do think they will be a much better team without Dan Snyder around now. I do think that was run like an old boys club. There's no doubt about it. That's just the way. I'm glad football clubs are starting to clean house and get like.
So you said Dan Snyder and Vince McMahon were hanging out together?
Hell yeah, bro.
Okay.
Yeah. Stop it on that Epstein, John. Like, what are we talking about here? They all high fiving under the table. And so like, I
but
do think.
Did the Commanders
upswing.
get? But did the Commanders get better? I mean, they re-signed Bobby Wagner. They signed a bunch of old vets. Their window to win the Super Bowl.
That's what I just said. Their depth is not.
This year.
I literally said that this is a do or die year, and I don't see the depth there. If we get halfway into the season, I think Washington actually has a late bye this year, if I'm not mistaken. But I don't have it up. But I don't think they're going to be healthy by halfway through the season. I just don't.
Their bye is week 12.
Yeah, they're late in the season. I do think they are going to be hurting And very quickly, you will see them fall apart, and there will be a lot of fingers pointing, and you're going to have a coaching stall. I don't know if Quinn's going to be there next year. I really don't.
Oh, he'll be there.
Mhm.
I mean, I know we're talking Falcons, but they have a real good chance. Like so the Commanders played in New York, but then they play Green Bay at Green Bay, then they play the Raiders, so they could be 2-1. But then they travel to Atlanta, and then they travel to the Chargers, so they could very well be a game under 500 by the time they play the Bears on Monday Night Football. And you all know the hype around Caleb Williams, but
I don't believe it. I'm sorry. Maybe it's just me, but I don't think Caleb Williams is as advertised. I think they try to hype him up because the media want the Bears to be good for some reason. They want the Bears to be good. They want the Bears.
yeah. It's they want. But me personally, I think you guys beat the Commanders. I just
Yeah, I got a W for that one. Buffalo. I'm gonna put an L on Buffalo Monday night. Bills.
I don't know, man.
Is at home? Is at home? I think it'll be whoever has the ball last win the game type situation.
Okay.
I wouldn't be surprised. Listen again. I'm not a big prediction guy. Like I leave that to Eric and our producer. I can see an upset. I can see an upset by the Falcons.
Yeah, again, I think we have all the pieces to beat any team. When you look at it, you got the number one wide receiver who's legitimate with Drake. Can you unlock something in Pitts to kind of unleash him? He played a lot better toward the end of the year. A lot of that Washington game, he was the reason why we were even in that game to take it to overtime before Washington pulled it out. You look at the running back with Bijan, if we can get him to be utilized more like Saquon is, maybe in the screen game, the passing game, and just handing him the ball off, I think you can have something special. And then the defense, you got Jalen Walker that you drafted, finally a Georgia kid. You got the Pierce Jr. flying off the edge. You got some secondary help. They're talking about Jalen Ramsey, maybe possibly bringing him in to play safety beside Betts. So, we'll see, man. I'm excited about this year for the Falcons. Now, I do think we literally could beat any team on any given Sunday. It's just a matter of putting it together. And can your defense hold up? The offense really isn't a question for me. Can our defense hold up? And especially against a mobile quarterback like Josh Allen, that's one of the reasons why I say last team with the ball wins that game. I just take over the defense.
So one of the things I'm going to tell you right now, what you're underselling the Falcons. Falcons learned that the O-line's got to be, everyone's got to be over 300, right?
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's got to be over 300. And they're finally, I'm not saying the Falcons are copycatting, but they listen, if there's a formula out there that's working, it is a copycat league. And you guys made some I think one of the smallest dudes you have is the that kid out of Morgan State, younger kid.
You talking about as far as offensive lineman goes?
Yeah, Wheatley.
What's his name?
He's a smallest.
I can't think of his name, but he's more of a guard, shorter arm, shorter guy.
Correct.
He's more of a guard. But we got Chris Lindstrom, who's probably the biggest guard in the NFL and probably the number one. He probably the only reason why we were able to complete him and really play with you guys last year is because of our offensive line, and they stayed healthy. That's the key to it. When our center went down, and that's when you seen Kirk Cousins get hit in that game versus the Panthers, and he got hurt after that, and the season just kind of went to shits. But yeah, offensive line, man, is definitely one of the strengths of ours, and they did nothing but reinforce it in the offseason. I do like the guy that we drafted that you mentioned as well. So yeah, I'm excited about it, man. I don't think the Buffalo Bills defense will be as good as it's been over the last few years. I don't know if the offense can maintain with Josh Allen doing everything himself for Buffalo. Like, eventually you got to get this man a running game. Eventually you got to get this man a wide receiver who can get open without him holding the ball for 15 seconds. So,
I mean, you can't hold the ball for 15 seconds against a team like the Eagles.
Hell no.
I don't want to be weird about it, but I think it's time to bring it up by this point. What do you think about the Kyle Pitts situation? I know he's not at OTAs right now, correct?
Well, he was there, but he has an injury, so he hasn't been on the practice. He hasn't been in the.
He's doing meetings, I'm
field.
sure, right?
Yeah, he's there. He's in the facility. He just hasn't been at practice and hasn't been in the media portion of the practices.
So, what's the hope here for? Did Morris say, was there like a timeline for him?
Nah, from what I've heard, they are just listening to offers, and if they get the right offer, then they'll take it. But they're not openly shopping Kyle Pitts. You know what I mean? They're just fielding calls. So if somebody calls, who was that guy hurt? Pittsburgh, I think they just lost one of their tight ends, I believe. Yeah, so if Pittsburgh calls and they offer anything like a day 2 pick or higher, I think the Falcons will pull the trigger on it. It's Arthur Smith's fourth overall pick that he chose, handpicked himself. So I mean, Pitts is his guy. Me personally, I would keep him. I kind of like him and want to see what he can do with a real quarterback. When Pitts did have a real quarterback, when Matt Ryan, his first year, his rookie year, he set the NFL record for receiving yards for tight ends. So you can see
the guy's a 13 and a half yard average carrier for his career. I mean,
I just don't think he was motivated. If you had Desmond Ridder and Tyler Heineke and Marcus Mariota is your quarterback, you probably wouldn't go out there and probably lay your life on the line for them guys either. So, I mean,
now here's the harder hitting question, as kind of like, I'm not trying to put you on the spot. I don't know if you have a team affiliation, but do you think, because this is an undisclosed injury at this point, no one knows what Kyle Pitts has got. Like, this is the first. I think they're talking something foot. I think that's how vague they're going.
Like that, foot, ankle, knee, something along that line. Yeah.
Are they hiding something?
Probably, man.
They're looking for offers.
I think it's a situation where his contract is an issue. Like, what do you value him at? What does he value himself at? Do you consider the quarterback situation when you're talking about these contract negotiations? Is it a situation where you feel like he is expendable? Me personally, I think they are fielding trades. I think they are trying to maybe package him in a deal with possibly a Kirk Cousins type situation with Pittsburgh. I think all that's coming into factor now. I think that it is something looming. I don't think he's just not practicing because of a foot. I think there is something more to it, whether that be contract or whether that be trade. I'm not sure.
I think. Listen, if I'm Howie Roseman, I'm calling for a 5th round pick. I'm calling them an offer in a 5th round pick. You know,
they always say they're not taking that less than day 2, so it's gonna have to be a 2nd or 3rd or better. I'm just telling you what they said. Now whether or not you're gonna get that, no. But
who's your backup tight end?
Charlie Warner.
Is Felipe Franks still on the team?
No, Charlie Warner from he was with San Francisco at first. He former Georgia Bulldog as well. Charlie Warner. So
he's a Bulldog. Yeah, he's been in the league for probably longer than Kyle Pitts, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's been there about I think Charlie Warner going on year 8, 9, or 10 almost.
He's a big dude. Isn't he more of a blocking back though?
He is. Yeah, that's kind of more of the scheme when you think about what you have with Bijan and you got with Tyler Algier, and you got 3 capable wide receivers with McLeod, Mooney, and Drake London. Is the tight end position something you need more of a blocker of than the more of an inline or a wide receiving type tight end? Maybe, but I think Kyle Pitts hasn't had a quarterback who's been able to exploit the mismatches that he could actually create. If you don't have a quarterback that can because it's all about placement. I think one of the things about Jalen Hurts, a lot of people underestimate his ball placement to AJ Brown. Of course, AJ Brown has a huge catch radius, but if you put it in an impossible position where a defender just can't get to the ball and I can, I'm gonna win every time. And I think you see that with AJ Brown. And I think Kyle Pitts should be utilized like that more. I think if you look at more of some of the tight ends, like what's the dude name from San Francisco? Not San Francisco. San Francisco. You look at Kittle, or you can even look at the dude from the Detroit Lions. Sam, Laporta?
Sam Laporta from the Lions.
Man, the way they use him and mismatch him, and the ball is in a certain area where either he's going to go up and get it or it's going to go over everybody else's head. You don't get that kind of placement with Desmond Ridder. You don't get that kind of ball accuracy with Tyler Heineke. You're not going to get that from whatever Marcus Mariota ever. I don't care what you do with Marcus Mariota.
You're naming all these tight ends that got those weird shoulder moves, right? Like did that man just juke with his shoulder? Yeah, he did. Like, and it's a hard sell, and I get it as a tight end. You're already big and oafy out there.
But I think Pitts has, like I said again, when he had Matt Ryan before Matt Ryan's last year, the year before Matt Ryan's last year, Pitts rookie year, you seen what he can do. I think it was Monday night versus the Buffalo Bills. The man went off for like 130, 140, and 2 touchdowns. So it's there, man. You just got to get it out of it. And as a play caller, I think it's on you to kind of create those situations where you put him in the best position to win and be successful. And I don't think Arthur Smithfield, the last 3 years, Pitts has done that. So first, of course, you say, "Oh, he's a bust. And then you look at Jamar Chase being drafted number 5, and Pitts went 4. That don't help either. But
yeah, I mean, he had 163 yards against the Miami Dolphins in Week 7, which is a franchise record for most receiving yards by a tight end, surpassing Tony Gonzalez. He had Matt Ryan. He had 1,000 yards receiving. It's one of those weird stats. He had 68 catches, 1,000 yards, and 1 touchdown. The guy's 6 foot. The guy's 6 foot.
Never throws anybody who's supposed to have. Look how many touchdowns Julio should have had.
Oh my God, it drove me nuts. He's 6 foot on almost. He's almost 6'6". He's 6'5" and 3/8. Why you're not throwing up fades on the 1 yard line? I never understood that.
But do you trust Marcus Mariota to throw anybody a fade? I don't care if it's Megatron. I wouldn't trust Marcus Mariota to throw shit. I'm just saying. I wouldn't trust Desmond Ridder to do anything. I don't trust Desmond Ridder to hand the ball off without falling or tripping himself.
I get what you're saying, but like everyone wants to sit there and say he's a bust, but he has the potential, and I'm like, the man's 6'5".
Who has the potential?
Pitts.
Oh, I thought you said Marcus Mariota. No.
He has the potential to hold a Gatorade.
Man, what's in your lean tonight, son?
Listen, anytime I ever saw Marcus Mariota warming up for the Eagles, I'm like, oh, I miss Carson Wentz.
Oh, Jesus.
The whole Kyle Pitts thing is weird. And, like listening to like sports talk radio in Philadelphia, obviously the talk is about, obviously we have Dallas Goedert and, Grant Calcaterra just isn't the blocking tight end. I don't know if Pitts is a blocking tight end. I know, which is fine. I just, and the way that the Eagles run their scheme.
Think he's a AJ Brown tight end.
Basically, that's how I look at him. He's the same size. You know what I mean? Just doesn't have probably the speed, the top end speed.
His top speed. He has sustainable speed. And he also what he can make up for. Man, he put that stiff arm out. That Kyle Pitts' arm is just monster. If you watch his video of his
you go back and watch his game versus Buffalo, his rookie year that Monday night with Matt Ryan. Like I said, you can just see he put the whole game just came together for him. And that was one of probably the best games I've seen Kyle Pitts have. That game versus Miami was a pretty good game, but I think those came off like 2 or 3 like huge catches or huge plays down the field that were like busted coverages. But
he's someone who should be catching like hooks and curls. Like he shouldn't be, and fades at the 1 yard line. That's just my opinion. But he's a guy you hit him with a hook or a comeback. Now you have a safety or you have a linebacker who's got to come out of their, position and stop Pitts because he hits that curl, he comes up and stops this way, catches the ball. Well, your momentum's going to take you this way as a defender. Now he's got that whole other side. So it's just stuff like that the potential that is there. Like, and I don't know. We're going into the 4th season of Kyle Pitts, and maybe him and Michael Penix are working on something. Maybe they worked on something in the offseason. I don't know.
Maybe we'll see. I think him definitely going into his contract year, rookie year. or the last year, the contract year of his rookie contract, his rookie deal. It'll tell a lot, man. I think both sides are eager to see what he can do, because if he doesn't need to be here, you're gonna probably let him walk and not get anything for him, but basically turns into like a 4th round pick that you wasted ultimately. So I mean, a 4th overall pick, excuse me, not 4th round pick.
By the way, as Eagles
overall
fans, we know how that feels. Like, we really do. Like, for all the praise and love Howie Roseman has gotten, he's got his fair share of duds. I mean, on those draft picks. So, like, they can't all be winners, and I get it. And maybe Kyle Pitts is the kind of guy who would be happier and better somewhere else. But
yeah, good, man. Change the scenery could do wonders for people. You never know.
Right.
Never know.
What do you got for the let's pick it back up at the
San Fran.
Yeah, at San Fran. But this is a Sunday night primetime game.
Sunday night primetime at San Fran. I'm not big on San Fran this year, man. I'm just sorry.
Bro.
I don't really. Yeah, besides the middle linebacker, what else scares you about San Fran's team?
McCaffrey, if he can get his legs working,
yeah,
if he get his legs working.
I got a W, man. We go out there and get that win on Sunday night, man. That's just me.
That's correct.
Miami.
Okay. Oh yeah.
I'm not a believer in Miami. I think Miami will have a top 5 pick next year. That's just my opinion.
Oh God! He just said their team got a concussion before the season even started.
Shit.
Did you just say that's a win?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Give me. We're going to Miami and get that dub.
Fuzz, you agree with that? I actually did not. I don't have that here on my schedule here when I was doing mine. I'm just comparing. Oh, that's why you get the dings when we agree. This is what you get for that. Hold on. Oh, damn. Talk about not having a soundboard. All right, so we did not agree. I have
you like Miami? You high on Miami this year? You like Miami?
I'm not high on them, but I just know that they're dangerous.
They are. I mean, any given Sunday, yeah, I agree. If Tyreek Hill is moved, if Jalen Ramsey is moved, if they hit restart again, I think Miami will be a top picking in the top 5, maybe top 3. And I don't think Tua will be in their future plans. That's just me. I think it all depends on how Miami starts. I think Miami will be one of those teams that are either selling at the trade line or they won't do anything. If they're not winning or they don't have a winning record, I think Miami is reset. I think Jalen Ramsey is one of the vets you'll see gone. I think Tyreek Hill, me personally, I don't think he wants to be there already anyways. But, I think just for him being from the Miami area, him being from Florida, I think that's keeping him there. But playing-wise, I don't think Tyreek Hill – I think he knows he can't win in Miami.
All right, I got you pinned in here. Sunday, October 26th. Check in with Steve-O around 4:30. See how he feeling about that.
Oh yeah.
Right, I got you. I got pinned in. It's ink. I ain't gonna change it.
New England. At New England, I think we'll go up there and get that W2. I like that. I like that game versus New England. I think New England have number 1 pick next year.
Number 1, dang.
Yeah, I think they probably win maybe 3 games, maybe 2 or 3 games this year. I don't know. Drake May is just not. I just haven't seen anything from him. Even in North Carolina, I didn't see anything from Drake May that just made me high on him or just gave me the ability to think that he can put it together to be a successful quarterback at the next level. So
Drake who?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Mays. I said London. Sorry, Mays. Drake Mays.
Come on, man. That's what I'm sorry. Nobody knows who he is. He's on what's his face? What's the boy from the Tampa Bay that got more heat going behind him right now?
Talking about Baker?
Yeah, Baker Mayfield. Come on, bro. He got more heat behind him than Mays right now. Damn.
They got Stephon Diggs, and he got here giving cocaine out on the boat. So I mean,
and nobody care about that pink stuff. Nobody care about that pink stuff. Get out of here. He's got that pink ice. That's lemonade flavored rock candy. That's what that was. You mind your business, bro. So all right, you got the win in New England. Yeah, they ain't shit. What do you got for Indy?
Indy, give me a W, man. Indy, Indy.
No. They're. It's that 9:30 game. They're in. Isn't that the Europe game?
Oh, that's
Probably
in
Germany.
We're playing in
Germany
Germany. Oh yeah,
Germany game.
Yeah, I'll take that. I'm again New England,
You're
another
home.
team that. I mean, yeah, take their home game that hour. Shit, I pay season tickets. I need that.
Oh damn! So you're okay. How's that? Okay, talk to us. If you paid season tickets, but Germany is where it's at, do you get charged for that game too?
Oh no! So I have not run into that yet. Where my team has had a home game in another country.
That's
This game
right
is
there.
This game is supposed to be. Oh, I guess it is, huh? You know what? I don't even know if they took that advertising. That you know what? That's a good question. I just paid the price. I just paid the. I don't check the receipt.
That's why you checked into a nice Jewish boys podcast because I could do the math for you. See what I did? Tell all your friends you know me.
Hey, I'm about to go check that. Now I'm about to check that out and say, hey, man, hey, y'all didn't compensate me for this game that y'all took away.
I got you. No, it's
Yeah.
gonna mess with your money. That's my money. That's like my money. Because what if I need that $5 later? You won't have it.
Man,
I'm just you know what I'm saying.
I gave it to the Falcons.
Do you think you guys have that win in Germany? Like, or you don't think that's
them Germany, man, those 9:30 games, be so wonky and weird. New England will come out and look like
they're
world
playing at night.
Shit.
You know that, right? They're playing at nighttime or actually, what time is it?
Oh, you talking about there?
Ahead?
Oh yeah, in their time it'll be what, like 8:00 kickoff.
Yeah, no, 7 hours ahead. So I think maybe 4 o'clock or something game for them. 4:30 game.
Oh, shit. Okay, I got you.
I guess I don't even know shit about Europe.
Again, I look at Anthony Richardson, and I look at the Colts and their whole team as a whole, and I just again at another top 5 team. I think we played 3 teams that'll be picking in the top 5 so far. I don't believe
take the
anything.
W there, huh?
Yeah, definitely. I don't believe anything the Colts are doing. I think the Colts maybe give me 1 win for the Colts, maybe 2.
Ooh.
I think they're that bad. I mean, maybe Jonathan Taylor can run them into a few wins, but Anthony Richardson quitting on his team, saying he tired.
The Colts stink.
Yeah, but I mean, two's brutal. I mean, are they the new Browns?
Maybe.
Listen,
the Colts have been bad. Jim Irsay died, so he didn't have to watch them play this year. That's how bad they were.
Oh shit!
Christ!
So I'm just saying,
Damn.
if your owner check out because you that bad, I know.
That's a great.
I'm
line.
not worried
that's
about you.
That's a fucking great line. I don't care. That's a great line.
I'm gonna go one up.
Don't do like that.
I'm gonna go one up on Steve-O. I have you guys after 12 weeks.
No, we're not there yet. We're not.
No. I'm just saying. I'm saying after 12 weeks, 10-2.
Okay, we're not there yet, dude.
We almost there. Carolina almost split.
Stop it. Like, you got the same problem with us. You got your wife. You just slow down, cuz you can get there. Damn. Oh, geez, I get what she's saying now.
Give me a split with Carolina, man. Give me an L.
I gave you the L on that one. I gave you the first one. I'll take the L here. So you got that split.
Give me the L at New Orleans, and we'll take the W in December, later in December.
All right. So now, we are up to week 12. You got them at 10-2.
Whoa.
Steve-O's
New Orleans?
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, Derek Carr retired. We don't even know who. I think they got I don't know who they got playing quarterback.
Isn't it Rattler or Riddler or the Riddler?
Give me 2 wins at New Orleans. Yeah,
all right, gotcha.
Yeah,
so I have you sitting, Steve.
You know what? Let me take that back. I said earlier that the Colts would be the number 1 pick. I think the Saints probably have the number 1 pick. They probably have the worst team in the football that I can think about it.
And no salary cap. They got like $8.
They're still paying Drew Brees. Do y'all know that?
Yes.
There's what year do they pay him till?
Probably around the same time Bobby Bonilla stops getting paid for the Mets.
I think it's like 2030 something, 2035 or something like that. So I got you, Steve-O, at 9-3. Fuzz, you got them at 10-2.
Yeah.
I have them at 9-3 as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who we got? Is that the Jets or the Giants?
You
You got
the Jets.
We'll take either New York team. They're not gonna be.
I'm
good.
sorry. I forgot you that young bull that don't need glasses. Let me get that in there.
Yeah, I got contacts in. That's why I don't need glasses. I couldn't see that
You said
shit.
the Jets or Giants. How do you come on?
No, I said either one. Oh no, I couldn't see it. I just seen New York. But
There you go.
Either New York team is trash this year, so I'll take that.
Hot garbage.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
Yeah,
you agree with that, Fuzz? They're one of our division rivals. You think the Giants are hot trash?
Jesus Christ. Listen. Hard Knocks. NFL teams were like, nah, we're not doing that shit no more preseason. Like, the Giants ruined it for everybody. They're a joke over the organization. Like,
really did.
Like they checked out.
Listen, me watching the Giants let Saquon walk out the door like that was probably like the ultimate, like the revolution will not be televised type shit, but it was. Like, I'm serious. Like, that's like the ultimate, like, kicking the nuts for the Giants, like, especially when y'all went back and won the Super Bowl too with him. Like, it's just
like, so, like, you go back and you think of like being a Giants fan and how the season started. All right, we let Saquon go. Okay, his last carry in the Rams game was a touchdown. Was an 80-yard touchdown. His first carry in the NFC Championship game was a 60-yard touchdown. Like, as a Giants fans, I don't care what they say. They were going through it. If they tell you they weren't,
they lied.
They're lying. The Giants are just a joke of an organization. They had a really good draft. Now, will those players pan out? We don't know. But, you know, Abdul Carter was the best player in the draft. I think we can.
He should be asking for Lawrence Taylor damn number. I don't care how good he was. He ain't that good. That's disrespectful, in my opinion. Don't be asking for Lawrence Taylor for his number. Go make your own damn number.
Yeah, you're good, man. But you ain't that good, bro.
Right. Like, come on, man.
But he was the best player in this year's draft.
Who, Abdul Carter?
Yeah,
non-quarterback. I think Cam Ward overall was the best. That's just me.
Yeah.
No. Take that back. Travis Hunter still making plays up there and right now. So we'll talk about that later.
You could go back and forth with that, and that's a good thing to go back and forth on. But yeah, the Giants, you know, they're just a dumpster fire of an organization. You know, like you said, you had to trade back into the round to get Jackson Dart,
but you didn't really have to do that because nobody else was going to take Jackson Dart.
No, they weren't, and it's like watching Draft Day with Kevin Costner, Vontae Mack, whatever it takes. Like, I don't like, you just question some of the Giants' moves, and you're just like, you know, and I kind of. You know, you kind of look at like how whatever the guy's name is, Joe, whatever from the Giants. It wasn't as bad with Howie, but like Howie's had some hiccups, like when he let Brian Dawkins go. But you know, Brian Dawkins was towards the end of his career. But you know, you're going to be known as the GM who lets prime Saquon walk, go to the Eagles. Run for almost 2,500 yards. He's probably, if he gets into the Hall of Fame, he's going in as an Eagle.
Oh yeah, he's cut all ties with the Giants at this point. Yeah, he's done with them.
And the thing is,
jump back to the Hard Knocks point, right? Did you guys have heard it? Did you think Saquon really cared that they were telling him to go try out the market?
I think he was done.
I think he that was an initial like, damn, are you serious after all I done did? I think that was an initial but then once you kind of think about it, you probably sat back and say, well, I really been taking an ass whooping in New York and not winning. Now I get a chance to at least go somewhere and compete. And then when Philly came and knocked on the door, he was probably like, oh hell yeah.
He couldn't sign his name quick enough.
So I mean,
he's like, wait, I get to run behind Jordan Mailata and Lane Johnson. Sign me up.
Yeah, that was probably an initial shock, a letdown. Like, damn, I've been in New York this whole time. I got to switch this. I got to switch that. I'm so used to this, used to that. But as soon as he probably heard Philly call and Philly was coming, and you guys, were already going to be damn good, and now he gets to go add to that where he doesn't even have to be the focal point of the offense. Like you cannot put 10 in the box versus the Eagles. I mean, you can't do that.
Right. He extended already. What are we talking about?
Right. And that's another thing is when we were doing shows like during the season, like if Saquon had 2 yards before he was touched.
Yep.
Like I don't like when you think about that, you think about, well, it's only 2 yards. No one grabbed his jersey, his shoelaces, his ankle.
All momentum.
So, like, you've seen his quads. If your chin hits his quads, you're breaking your jaw's broke. I'm sorry.
He's running full speed at you from 5 yards from the backfield, and nobody's even touched him and made him shuffle his feet until 7 yards from that point. He got the ball. Come on, man! He's jumping over people backwards. What the hell are we talking about?
Next season, they're going to actually use one of his quads as a lot for overflow parking.
Man, he's jumping over people, man. Like this ain't no video game. He's jumping over people in real damn life.
It's still my favorite.
Can you imagine that dude making that tackle? He been playing football since he was 5 years old, and he been tackling people all his life. And this day, on this Sunday, when he went to make this tackle, this man jumped over him backwards.
And he said, "What's up, son?" Underneath, he looked at him. He said, "Oh, well." So
I would have took my helmet off and just walked to the sideline and said, I just sat on the sideline. I just sat down and said,
who was the cornerback from the Bills who retired mid-game? That would have been me.
No, that was the Colts. That was what was his name from the Colts? Oh shit.
Did he do it for the cover for this for Madden 26?
No, somebody. There's no way.
No, I mean he did the jump at 26. If you watch the
the jump. No, they didn't. They show how they did it though behind the scenes, which is cool. But they used a rope to pull him up because you have to hold that shot to get that camera angle. I don't think Saquon could do that.
I would have been. What you remember when Antonio Brown got off the field against the Jets? That would have been me.
Just take all this shit off and just throw it on the sideline. And I'm gone, man. He's jumping over people backwards.
People again. He's going to be remembered as the person who Saquon jumped over ass backwards.
Yep.
This guy is going to be known forever. They did release the image of it. We're going to take. There you go.
You know what's so good about this whole thing? That player that got jumped over is a Florida Gator.
Oh, that must feel so good.
And it's even better in the Eagles Kelly Green.
Yeah, man. I gotta buy my wife one of them jerseys. She want one so bad. Yeah, that jersey's hard. That's probably the best throwback in the NFL.
Right, and I was against the throwback of the Kelly Green because, like, I tell people all the time, I said, I don't know if you guys remember, Eagles sucked in the Kelly Green era. Like, they were terrible. And I was like, I don't even remember that shit. But now they won 2 Super Bowls, and we got the Saquon Hurdle and the Kelly Green. So now we're cool. Me and Kelly Green. Like, I got
curse is over.
Yeah, I got a Kelly Green Kelsey. My wife's got a Kelly Green Kelsey, and my son's got a Kelly Green Kelsey. So we're all good.
Take us home on the last 5 games.
We at Seattle, man. 12 man. That's always a tough game. I'm gonna give us an L on that one, right? I'm gonna take an L on Seattle. Tampa Bay, we did the split earlier. I gave them the win at the home for myself. I'm gonna give the L here.
You got back to backs. Wow.
Yeah, back to back L's. Then bounce back. Give me a bounce back with Arizona. I think Arizona will be formidable, but I don't know how. Late game, Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray is so Jekyll and Hyde, man. You really don't know what you're gonna get. And I'm a fantasy football guy, like heavily. I'd be so scared if I have to start Kyler Murray week to week, man, because you just don't know what you're gonna get from him.
I just call him the millennial Tim Tebow. Like, he's hot, cold, don't matter. Like, when he's off, and it's really bad. Man. When he's on, he's performing miracles, and he knows Jesus like he on speed dial.
So yeah, give me Arizona. Give me a bounce back for that one. Give me a W.
Yep.
Monday night with the Rams, I'm gonna be biased and go L, and then I take a W with the New Orleans Saints. I think that Rams game will be significant, though. I think it'll be a huge game for seeding wise in the NFL, especially in the NFC. If we are where I expect us to be with the division champs, as you guys know, that it's going to heat up, man. For that home field advantage in the NFC is critical. As a dome team, an indoor team, you don't want to go to Philadelphia.
No, and for me, I think the biggest threat to the Eagles is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think they first off, I think they're going to lose. I think the Eagles lose in Tampa. It's the house of horrors for them. It's going to be 114 degrees with zero, with the humidity. They're going to be able to taste it. But yeah, I think Baker's came into his own, man. Like that, he left Cleveland, he left the Rams, Carolina, and they found something in him.
I think my only question with Baker would be this year, your wide receivers and your skill positions are getting a year older. Chris Godwin got hurt already last year coming back from an injury. Mike Evans is kind of had one of those, he's always nicked up type guys at the age that he's at. Can you guys elevate somebody else, or is there somebody else that's there that maybe we don't know of? I know the tight end is pretty good. He makes some plays. But do you guys have a weapon or somebody that can take the top off the defense and kind of put that fear into a defense to make them back up? Because I feel like, honestly, if you have some decent corners, you can man up with Tampa Bay and kind of take them out of the game. If you make Baker hold the ball, that's when he starts to make mistakes. If he has to hold the ball and kind of double check and go to his second and third read, you can get him off his spot and make some errors. And, he's mobile. He can move. But if Baker's running around, I'll take my chances on them beating me that way instead of him, throwing the ball to Mike Evans 40, 50, 60 yards down the field, or him hitting Mike Evans on the slant and Mike Evans taking the ball 40, 50 yards to the house. So it's just a predicates on his skill position, man. Is Mike Evans going to still be able to maintain? Because I think this is season 11, season 12 or something like that for Mike Evans.
He just graduated. Yeah, he's 10 years last year. Yep.
Yeah, so can they find another wide receiver or somebody else to kind of emerge and come up and help? I know they had Bucky as their running back last year, the rookie. He had some good things and did some good things, but they've had a couple members of offensive linemen that they've lost this offseason. I think one of their players retired this offseason from the offensive line, one of their keys. So it'll be kind of interesting to see what they look like as far as running the ball in a run game. Because if Tampa can run the ball, oh yeah, hell yeah, they'll be very formidable. If they can't run the ball, then
and that's like in another. I sit there and I say like that the Eagles lose to Tampa Bay. I also don't know what the status will be because it's not excuses, but the Eagles didn't have Devontae, they didn't have AJ Brown, and they didn't.
Oh yeah, that's a huge. That's huge though for you.
And they didn't have Lane Johnson.
AJ, shit. What are we talking about? I mean, you're not playing the Eagles.
N'Kobe is also a factor. Like it's not like we're not going in without like the thinness there. I will say this: people might think I'm nuts. I think Baker Mayfield might be able to throw like the longest football in all of NFL. Like I mean, he got an arm. He got a cannon. Oh yeah, like, he has just got a rocket launcher, and that's like what I think. Like if they ever really just pair him up and make him, if they give him options, I don't know if he's smart. So, right, like that's where we get down to like intellectual. I think Jalen Hurts is elite because he is a
processor. He's an elite processor. Jalen Hurts can process a play, 1 read, 2 reads, 3 reads. He get to fourth read if you give him time. So,
yeah. And so I'm almost convinced that Baker is like untapped potential right now, and I'm not trying to hype the guy up. I think he's just one of those overlooked. He reminds me of Chris, Replacements guy.
Does not remind you, Shane Falco.
Falco. Oh man.
Okay, so let's end this on that. On this question, we brought it up in the beginning, and we're gonna end with it. What are your thoughts about Jalen Hurts and him being so-called elite? And, you have your multiple podcasters, you have your multiple content creators, you have your multiple analysts saying he's not elite because he doesn't throw for 300 yards a game.
Yeah. I've had this debate with a couple of people, and they asked me, like, Steve-O, you look at top 5 quarterbacks, would you put Jalen Hurts in the 5? And I'm like, I think me personally, just as an individual, you're not looking at the pieces around him, just Jalen Hurts himself. I think he's, because of the ability to run so well, and it's not like he's just a runner like Lamar. He's going to just sprint, take all wide open lane. Like, no, Jalen Hurts has the ability to set up blocks, run through tackles. The man bench presses what, 600 pounds, 700 pounds. So that's why that tush push is illegal. When it's not the same tush push when everybody does it. So I get, you know what I mean, the knock on Jalen Hurts too. I can understand, because people, I guess, want to credit most of his success to his skill position players. Having AJ Brown and having Devontae Smith, it's not really his fault, but you know what I mean? It's a luxury of being able to throw to those guys. If you put Jalen Hurts on the Oakland Raiders or Las Vegas Raiders last year that had not one skill position besides the tight end from Georgia, would you get the same results? No, but I think his legs and his ability to be a runner separates him from a lot of other people. So when you say elite, I look at Jalen Hurts as one of the elite quarterbacks. When it's not a quarterback, it's one of the elite players in the NFL. Only because if you look from the time when he came into the league and how he's progressed, he hasn't regressed. He hasn't had a year you can look back and say, damn, Jalen Hurts has kind of took a step back, or Jalen Hurts has kind of fell off, or his game isn't as good. Every year the man gets better and he adds more to his repertoire than just his legs. And he's becoming more of a pocket passer, and he's becoming a person that has more of a command of the pocket, and he scares you just as much in the pocket as he does with his legs now. So, yeah, I'm going to say Jalen Hurts is one of the top 5 quarterbacks. He's in the elite conversation, if you ask me.
I'm going to defend Jalen Hurts on here. It's what I do. And you sit there and people sit there and say, "Oh, he's not this, he's not." If you put any quarterback in the same situation with the Eagles, the Eagles still would have won. But what position? Joe Burrow didn't make the playoffs. He beat Joe Burrow. Lamar Jackson committed key turnovers in that game against Baltimore or against Buffalo. Jalen Hurts did not commit turnovers that cost his team. Josh Allen got stopped multiple times on the tush push. Jalen Hurts does not. He beat Patrick Mahomes, and he's outdueled Patrick Mahomes in 2 Super Bowls.
Twice.
With the exception of one goddamn fumble that, the Eagles would have 3 Super Bowls. But that's where it gets. Like, you don't know if you put any other quarterback on this team, you probably don't have Saquon Barkley. Because of their skill level, in my opinion, just the way they are. It's I know it's a weird comparison, but I think a lot of Saquon coming to the Eagles had a lot to do with Jalen Hurts and how he trains and his philosophy, because they're both maniacs in the weight room. And I don't know if they're like that in Baltimore, in Cincinnati and all that. Like, for all the top 5s that people want to put him behind, he's beat every quarterback in the top 5.
Yeah.
And again, I'll say it again. He changed the narrative when it comes to winning Super Bowls, winning MVPs, because now winning is now a team stat. It took Jalen Hurts for people to come out and say, "Oh, it's now a team stat." That's what I'm going to end it with, and this is what I'm going to end this with. Keith, he's wearing an Atlanta Braves shirt. Spencer Strider hit Bryce Harper. Should we hit Acuna?
You better not.
I'm kidding. No.
He already just got back.
Yeah,
no. I didn't see Strider. I didn't see Strider get hit, but I did hear that Spencer was kind of broken up by it. Like, he didn't.
It wasn't done on purpose. It wasn't done on purpose.
This was our response to Negladelphians who wanted to take a shot. This is what we said.
You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
No.
You don't represent us. You're not a real fan. These sports guys who went on the air.
I'll send you the clip of Keith, because Keith went off last night.
I lost
he went off.
I lost my shit. I lost my shit. it's just so disrespectful to the sport. First of all, and I'll say it just one more time. Anyone who calls for another person to get hit with a 90-mile-an-hour baseball has never been hit by a 90-mile-an-hour baseball, and you have no idea what you're talking about. Please just sit down and let these guys play this game. Yes, it is a game that you know nothing about. Just stop talking.
Yeah. I mean, I'm all for the unwritten rules in baseball. Don't get me wrong. I'm an old school baseball guy. Grew up playing the game.
Sure.
I'm all for all the unwritten rules. But when we talk about, like you said, beaming a guy with a 90 miles per hour fastball, man, you playing with fire, man, because you hit those little bones in your wrist and hands, and guys be out for a long time, man. So
exactly. Listen, it sucks when it happens.
These old heads aren't pouring whiskey on shit no more, and then sleeping it off with a hooker overnight. They go into rehab.
Oh my God!
Isn't that what the doctor used to be like? He'd be like, the doctor would be like, well, have 3 whores and 5 lucky strikes, and you'll be fine.
Hey, man, real quick, talking about whores. What about the Mets? Are we looking at? Well, we about to watch a giant collapse? I hope so. I hope so. I want to see one of the biggest collapses in baseball. They already did it a few years ago, but I think this year we might be in for a huge collapse. I didn't know they weren't. They were having issues in the clubhouse with Soto. I heard the other day they reported Soto and Francoeur or Lindor.
Yeah, they had words.
Yeah. Okay, it's interesting. It's gonna be real interesting. You just gave Soto what? 12 years, 3-something, 400 mil, 500 mil.
Batting 232.
That's wow. And his error, he's made so many errors. He on blooper reels. He got his own blooper reel, I think. out in right field. So this season hasn't went how I wanted it to go by far for the Braves. Don't get me wrong. But if I can watch the Mets just have a huge collapse, and I think now they're already in second place. You guys have took first back over. If I can just watch them,
we're a game behind.
Oh, game behind. Okay.
Yeah,
if I can just watch them,
if we won tonight, we would have been tied again.
Oh, okay. Hey, if I can just watch the Mets fall apart, man, that'll just make I'll salvage baseball for me. So,
listen, I'm happy with ending it on that.
Yeah, and that's another thing I'll say. People will complain about the Trey Turner contract, and I'm like, yo, Trey Turner looks like a steal compared to Juan Soto. We're talking about, I know we lost the game on Sunday because of his 5th error of the season, but Juan Soto is worth almost $1 billion on paper, and he's got an entire blooper reel for 60 games.
Man, it's tough.
I don't know how to justify that to people other than you got a steal with Trey Turner.
Yeah. I agree.
Like, just stop and shut up. Right.
So
I agree.
All right, we'll end it with that. Thanks to Steve-O. Steve-O, plug your stuff.
Oh, yeah, man. Make sure you guys follow us, man, on all platforms at Toe2Toe Sports. You can catch me on X, Steve-O, Toe2Toe Sports. Yeah, man, catch us more, man. We're on every Sunday morning at 11:30, 12 a.m. Toe2Toe Sports on the Facebook page, man. So make sure you guys catch us. And tune in, tap in, man. We talk about the Falcons. We talk about everybody, man. But I'm a home, like Chris said, I'm a Atlanta, Georgia guy, so I'm always keep it to the home team and talk about the home team and represent the home team. And man, shout out to Philly, man, for bringing me on, man, to talk ball with you guys, man, baseball and football, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to bring you on the Hall of Fame Club podcast the next time
the
Braves meet. We'll do a series. So that sound good, Keith? Bring him on.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm done with this motherfucker. No, yeah, Steve-O, we'll get you on. We'll talk. We'll talk NL, AL, LGBTQ, whatever you got.
Man, not the alphabet community.
Yeah, alphabet community. Let's go.
I would like to give a shout out to the Colorado Rockies for their first sweep of the season.
Oh,
what? They finally got one? Oh, wow! It's only what?
62 games.
Are they 200? Let me go look at the standings.
No.
They're not above 200.
No, they're 194.
They are 190. That is 100% correct. They are still 194.
Wow,
that's an awesome winning percentage.
They still may be the first team with 60 losses before
The All-Star break.
All-Star, is that it? Is that the record?
Yeah.
Is
There's
the,
no. They're gonna get it. They're gonna get it. They're
They're
gonna have it in 2 weeks.
How many
Their
wins
run
do they have?
Their run
12.
differential is
Ooh.
negative 181.
They're 12-50.
Damn.
25 and a half games behind. They could do it mathematically. They catch up to the Dodgers, right? Are they in the West? Yeah, they're in the West.
The
you're
Dodgers.
saying-
Oh shit.
So you're
man.
saying there's a chance?
Yeah, I mean,
Woo. Listen, Steve-O, you're the man. We love you, and we will have you for sure back if you'll.
oh yeah, always, man. Anytime, man. Anytime. I appreciate y'all, man. I need y'all. I need Eric. I need both of you, Keith. I need all y'all to come on, man. Come on Sunday on Toe2Toe, man, so we can do the cross thing, man, and let you guys get introduced to our fans and let them see how crazy you guys are too.
Oh, man.
I'm all for it.
We're stupid. I do appreciate you, bro.
Hey, man, appreciate y'all.
All right, we out. Be good.
You want Philly?
Yeah, let's do it.
It's easy to sum it up. We talking about practice.
Because it's about as casual as it gets.
What's the problem now?
That's a clown question, bro.
I think we ought to send him beating him at least.
Start playing with some jam in here. Let's go.
Philadelphia, looking as only you can look. Woo!
Here we go.